And hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of New Earth TV Live. So happy to share a lot more great stuff with you today. We are going to be doing a mass earth meditation here very shortly, as well as some inner practices, and of course some healing requests, and then we'll be getting into some Q&A. So first and foremost, we'll be getting started with announcements. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com.
The latest revelation in alternative healing has arrived. The Healing Code Cards, a spiritual technology unlike anything else. Through the power of sacred geometry imbued with pure source energy, physical ailments can become eliminated and detoxified from your body. 36 cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. Working with the cards are easy, and their healing results are profound. Download our collection of free sample cards so you can experience results for yourself. And don't forget to view our customer testimonials. Our printed Healing Code card deck is available now with shipping available worldwide. Visit our website at healingcodecards.com.
And of course, a reminder that this Sunday, the body deck and the energy deck is going to be available on healingcodecards.com. So it is launching early Sunday morning. So I'll be sending notices out through Facebook, through YouTube, through my newsletter, through Telegram as well too. So everybody will be aware of the new sale coming on through both new cards. And of course, the mind deck is still there. So the mind deck, the body deck, and the energy deck all together will be available. Mind deck is available right now. And there is the coupon code here you can use. Promo code is ALLDECKS15. So when you go into the shopping cart page, you'll see a little link that says enter a promo code. Just click on that and make sure you're using all capital letters, ALLDECKS15, and you get a 15% discount off all the decks on the website. That includes the digital decks as well too. So digital edition and printed editions will be 15% off. So again, just stay tuned for early Sunday morning, and you guys can grab the new energy deck. Deck looks really, really great. Loving how it looks. Body deck, of course, looks great. Mind deck, of course, is great. So I'm looking forward to getting this launch going. So again, feel free to check that out on Sunday morning. And private sessions are available, 15-minute, 30-minute, and 45-minute sessions, as well as 3-question email sessions done offline. I am getting pretty booked up until close to August now. But again, you can check it out, newearthteachings.com. And of course, if you're in BC, British Columbia, and maybe in Vancouver Island as well too, the Kundalini and Inner Practices Weekend Retreat is happening. So you can go down to the video description and you can access the Meetup group there. So if you're in the BC area, feel free to join up. And this is going to be the very first event that is going to be kicking off the Kundalini Awakening sessions that will be coming in late June. That will be available for free as well. So again, feel free to check this out. Like I said, if you're in BC, this would be a great meetup for you to check out. I'm also going to be doing some events in July, hopefully within Alberta as well too. I'm just still looking for some places in Edmonton or Calgary. And of course, finally, the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel here is backed up on Odyssey, and you can check out the Odyssey channel at odyssey.com/@newearthteachings. It has all of the videos here backed up on it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the broadcast today. So first and foremost, we're going to do the Mass Earth Meditation. So just get yourself into a nice, relaxed, comfortable posture, making sure the body is free of any tension. And just letting yourself relax now. We can place our hands either on the center of the chest or we can put it on the lap, whichever we prefer. And with our eyes closed, we'll just take some deep breaths in and out. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. And just taking a few moments here just to relax and just tune in to Mother Earth right now. I want you just to feel your feet being planted firmly on the ground. If you're in an apartment building or anything of that nature, that's fine. Just imagine that roots are coming out through the bottom of your feet, and those roots are connecting deeply into the soil of the earth, going deeper past the crust, deeper past the mantle, going deeply into the core, and connecting in harmony with the core, the heart of Mother Earth. I want you just to take a few moments just to feel that bond, feel that connection with the earth right now. And as you feel that deep connection with the earth, I want you just to imagine that you're leaving the body right now. Just imagine that you're leaving the physical body and you're just starting to float upwards. It's like your transient astral body is just floating upwards, going further and further up past the sky, going right up into the atmosphere, and just seeing the earth very similarly to how you see her in this image on screen. And all we're going to do today is we're just going to do prana transmission technique, the second phase of prana transmission technique, where we're going to be breathing in spirit, breathing out spirit, and just setting an intention to send this loving, healing energy to the earth. So right now we're going to take some deep breaths, and as you inhale, just saying within your mind, inhaling spirit. As you exhale, saying in your mind, exhaling spirit. And again, inhale spirit. Exhale spirit. And one more time, inhale spirit. Exhale spirit. And just bringing your hands out now, just like you see me doing here. Just with your hands folded outwards, palms facing outwards. And now we're just going to state a sincere intention 3 times. So an example of that intention would be, I want to bring healing energy to the earth. I want to bring healing energy to the earth. I want to bring healing energy to the earth. And just putting your sincerity behind that intention. And once you make that intention now, just let yourself get relaxed. And we're now going to follow heart rate variability breath. Okay, we're doing 4 seconds in through the nose, 6 seconds out through the mouth, through the nose as well too, not the mouth. 6 seconds out through the nose. Okay, so just adding 2 extra seconds with your exhale. If you need to do less breath, do less breath. If you want to do more breath, do more breath. Okay, but I'm going to be doing 4 seconds in 6 seconds out. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just bringing your focus and awareness to the earth, just feeling the prana that is flowing through you, just basically sheathing, bringing the sheath of that pure prana energy, wrapping it all around the earth. As you feel that living prana flowing through you, just healing the earth, feeling that sheath of the prana like it is light, illuminating the entire earth as you breathe in and breathe out, and remember that it is not you doing the healing, but it is spirit working through you that is doing the healing work upon the earth. So again, inhale and out. Just letting all of that harmonious prana flowing through your being, letting it emanating upon the earth, letting it fill the earth like this sheath of beautiful prana, illuminating the entire planet. And you can even see that as well too. As you look upon the earth, seeing this soft white light like a sheath that is now covering the earth, emanating through your being, and just illuminating the entire planet with this soft white light, with spirit working through you. And one more breath. And out. And just starting to relax the hands now. Placing them upon the heart. Just sending one final blessing to Mother Earth, to all creatures upon Mother Earth, to all life upon Mother Earth. Infinite love, infinite blessings, infinite appreciations to our Divine Mother. Namaskar. And now just feeling yourself, your transient astral body, now just returning back into the earth. You can feel yourself just zooming back into the earth, going back through the atmosphere, going back into the sky, going back directly into your location on the planet, and returning yourself now to the physical body. And just aligning yourself now back into the physical body, just taking a few moments. Just slowly starting to move the fingers. Okay, rotating the shoulders, curling the toes, fluttering the eyes. And when you're ready, you can return. All right. So thank you everybody who is joining me with the Earth Meditation. I really appreciate that. Like I said, it's just a wonderful thing to do this. This is why I try to do this every single week on Newark TV Live, just to bring that love energy, just to bring that pure prana through spirit upon the beautiful divine Mother Earth. So again, guys, thank you for joining me with that. All right, so we are going to go ahead and move on now, and we're going to move on to some inner practices. Now, it's basically just a bit of a review of the prana transmission technique that I wanted to share with all of you today as well. So again, if you guys have not checked out the prana transmission technique video, you can find that on my YouTube channel. It's one of the most recent videos that I have put up. Okay, so this again is a very powerful and simple healing technique to work with. The great thing about the prana transmission technique is it's all about eliminating any problematic thoughts that you are going through. And of course, one of the things I always suggest is making sure you have a notebook or a notepad, or you can even use your phone or your tablet or anything of that nature, and you're just writing down basically how a thought makes you feel. And this thought can be anything. It can be anything in regards to the family, friendship, world events, your job, your career, your finances, whatever it may be. Any particular type of problem that may come up, right? Even if there's problems with sexuality, if there's problems with self-empowerment, even if there's problems with rejection, whatever it may be, traumas, regrets, conflicts. All we're doing is we're just being aware of that thought that is basically being the troublemaker. That's being the problematic thought for ourselves. So as we pull up that thought, we're just looking at it and saying, okay, here's something here with my dad. So I'm pulling that up and say, okay, what does this thought do to me? What am I feeling through this thought? Well, I'm feeling angry with my dad. I'm feeling afraid of my dad. I'm feeling shame for my dad, whatever it may be that comes up. And so we're just writing that down. We're aware of what comes up just as soon as we think of that thought. And as soon as we think of that thought, now we go into being able to nullify that thought. And this is where we go into pranayama. So this is where we're working together with Chandra, Badani, Pranayama. Chandra basically representing the moon. Okay, that represents the lunar channel. That represents the left nostril. So what we do is we just take our right hand, we just plug the right nostril, and we just inhale. Now when you're holding your breath, we want to basically take the ring finger and just put it against the left nostril there. Okay, and as we breathe in, we want to try and hold our breath for as long as we possibly can. All right, if you can only do it for 5 seconds or 10 seconds or anything like that, that's completely fine. Just holding it for as long as you feel you can hold it for. Okay, so if I do it now, holding the breath. Exhaling through the right nostril. Okay, then I do that a second time. Inhale. Holding the breath. Exhale through the right nostril. And I do it one more time. Inhale. Holding the breath. Exhale through right nostril. Okay. Then I come back and I look at the thought again. And I say, do I feel, is this thought still being a problem for me? Am I still compromised by this thought? Is this problem still being trouble? After those breaths, I feel a lot more lighter, a lot more center. I feel a lot more in harmony with the parasympathetic nervous system. So I'm looking at that and saying, no, it's like I'm seeing the cords being cut away. Am I still bothered by that thought? Okay, it's one of the simple things to ask. Does this thought still bother me? Am I still bothered, or am I still troubled with this thought? Okay, you have to kind of create your own question here, whatever feels good for you. Okay. So does this thought still trouble me? No. I feel like the cords around it that represented anger and sadness and shame and all that, they've been severed. Great. So now I'm just going to look at that thought. I'm just seeing that thought for what it is. And I'm not reacting to it. I'm completely neutral with it. And it's just fading away off into the black. It's just fading away completely. So when I look at my dad now, there's nothing there that represents trouble. All I'm doing is I'm working with Chandra, Badani, Pranayama, and I'm working with my parasympathetic nervous system. It calms me down completely. That's the effect that this form of pranayama has on you. This is working together with the physical body. The physical body really just does not have any of that fire, that heat, that would represent any particular type of problematic situation pertaining to that thought. You're cooling it down. It's like you're just taking cold water and you're just splashing it over the fire, putting it out. So that's what we're doing. So every time we do those 3 breaths, right, we call that 3 runs, and we just check in. Okay, is this thought still bothering me? Yes, it's still bothering me. Okay, do another 3 runs with it. Okay, another 3 repetitions of breath. Then you check in again. Is this thought still bothering me? Yes, it is. Okay, do another 3 runs. Check in again. Is it still bothering me? No, it's better now. Good. So you see everything just cut away. You see the thought as it is. We're just observing the thought, neutral observation, and it just fades away. It loses all of its steam. So all we're doing here is working together with the parasympathetic nervous system, very similar to what we do in heart rate variability. Only in this case, we're working together with the left nostril, right? And just putting a great charge of that yin energy within ourselves, right? The Ida Nadi is what brings in the yin energy of the body. So if you actually feel the temperature of your left nostril's breath you will notice that it's a little bit cooler than the breath in the right nostril. Okay, so this is us just being able to cool down. We're cooling off. And as we're cooling off, we're able to look at that thought, clear it away, and then neutralize it altogether. Let it fade off back into the black. Okay. Now this can also work together with physical pain in the body. Okay. So if you have, whether it's mental pain, emotional pain, physical pain, okay? If you have any pain within the body, I want you just to pull up the thought, okay? That pain is a thought. Okay, so John here has a question here about body pain during terminal multiple myeloma. Okay, so I want you to pull that up. Terminal multiple myeloma. Just pull that up in your awareness right now. Okay, and you're seeing that thought. What are the pain? What's the kind of pain that you're feeling, right? How is this pain making you feel? Well, I'm aggravated, I'm angry, I'm just frustrated. Okay, great. So we have those things that represent the problematic thought. I don't even care what your condition is. It creates a feeling out of you, right? This thought is causing you to react, right? It is a pain problem. And so we look at that and we do the exact same thing. We do Chandra, Badani, Pranayama. And we continue to do the same cycle again. 3 breaths, check in. 3 breaths, check in. 3 breaths, check in. And you feel all of that now just neutralizing from the thought. You're going to notice that as you start to cool yourself down, the pain is actually going to become less and less, even if you're doing it a multitude of different times, right? So if you're doing 3 sets of 3 or 5 sets of 3 or 6 sets of 3 or whatever it may be, the point is going to come where you're going to notice that the pain is going to be becoming a lot less because you're working now to completely cool down the body. You're bringing in yin energy. Okay, guys? 90 to 95% of the conditions we have often come from imbalance, either from the Ida or from the Pingala. Okay, the Pingala being the right channel in the right nostril, the Ida being the left channel in the left nostril. All that happens is that these 2 channels become imbalanced, and they can be imbalanced for quite some time, quite a long time. It can go all the way back into your childhood. And as we start feeling imbalance between the Ida and Pingala, what happens is that your breath, you'll notice that, for example, the left nostril throughout the day may be much more dominant than the right nostril. And when that happens, you have a lot more lethargic conditions that are coming in, okay? This is what can create diabetes. This is what can create the idea of oversensitivity, right? Being completely defeated by your emotions. When we're looking at the right side, this can do with aggression and anger. This can also do with cancer. Cancer is a right side imbalance. It's a Pingala imbalance, all right? So when we start working together with the idea of, firstly, just being able to stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system, we're just cooling down the heat that comes in regards to the state of the reaction of the thought. Because like I said, in meditation, you want to make sure that you're much more parasympathetic. You're not using sympathetic breath to meditate. And that's what this is. This is a form of meditation. So you're working together with the pranayama to moving into that kind of miniature meditation, and you're just starting to calm yourself down. And this is severing the cords that are around that thought altogether. Now, once we do that, we do prana transmission technique. We do the second phase. Okay. Second phase, like I said, you're breathing in spirit, breathing out spirit, breathing in spirit, breathing out spirit, breathing in spirit, breathing out spirit. No visualization necessary. Okay. You just know that you're breathing in and breathing out spirit. Okay. You're holding your hands just like this, and now you have your intention. So John, in regards to yourself, you're saying, I'm healing my body from the terminal multiple myeloma. I'm healing my body from the terminal multiple myeloma. I'm healing my body from the terminal multiple myeloma. And I just stay there. And I'm just following the breath. Like I said, I recommend doing heart rate variability as you're breathing in and as you're breathing out. Okay, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Okay, and you stay there for a while. There's no time limit. You can basically stay in phase 2 of the transmission phase for as long as you want. And as long as you're continuing to do this, guys, you're going to heal yourselves. Okay? We have all these big fancy names for these viruses and these conditions, and we think they're such big, horrible things, but they're not. They've only been horrible because you guys have been feeding them. You're only feeding your problems. You're only feeding your illnesses. You're only feeding your ailments. Right now, when you start getting into the flow of now starting to support yourself and actually getting into the mentality of healing, these ailments aren't going to be around for much longer, right? It's like the idea of a person, very, very new, a neophyte, comes into a yoga class and they get upset because they're not able to do all the stretches and they're not as flexible as their teacher. You're not going to get that done on the first day because in the past, maybe you didn't feel like you were exercising too much, you didn't feel like you were disciplining yourself too much, but you now make a commitment to say, you know what, I'm going to go into yoga class every single day and I'm going to work to make myself well. And that takes time, okay? We have to take time for ourselves to get out of the habit of sabotage. Everybody, sabotage is a habit, okay? It's a habit that we have been putting upon ourselves for a very, very long time. And you have to basically unlearn yourself out of that habit. You're now working with a different habit that is going to be counterproductive to the old one. And that is what's going to completely phase out the old and let the new in. You guys have to be persistent. You have to make this part of your life. It's like learning to walk again. It's like learning how to be a yogi, right? You're going in and you're doing the asanas. You're doing the pranayama. You're doing the inner union work. And over time, you're going to reap the benefits. So the same thing goes with prana transmission technique. The same thing goes with BCR technique or any of the other techniques that I have here on my channel. As you continue to do this more and more every single day, you're not going to have terminal conditions. You're not going to have chronic conditions because you're clearing them out altogether. Okay? Deborah says, terminal is not good. Don't go there. Deborah, no, that's not helping. We can clear away terminal conditions. We can clear away chronic conditions. If you guys think that you're defeated and that's it, and that's all there is, I got a chronic condition. No, guys, I have seen people with chronic conditions turning themselves around. Over a couple of months, they have started to improve themselves. I've had people with chronic asthma healing themselves in the past couple of months. I'm seeing people with chronic back pain healing themselves by doing something like BCR technique. And they're also doing some other free techniques. Do not condemn people because something is terminal and something is chronic or something is in later stages. That's the same as giving up. Okay? Get that out of your mind. Does not matter what the situation is. It doesn't even matter if you're talking about the word, Deborah, it's still the same thing, right? If we're talking about the idea of a terminal condition, right? It doesn't matter. Let's use the big word if we want to. That terminal condition can be reversed. Again, if we have the commitment to do it. So John, like you're talking about with your body pain, with the myeloma, okay, that has the ability to be healed. Like I said, just commit to something very, very simple like this. When you're working together with prana transmission technique, when you're working together with BCR, okay? I don't care how hopeless a person's situation thinks that they are, how hopeless they think they are in a situation. We have the ability to reverse it. All right? Again, we want to be careful about spiritual malpractice. Okay? So when we have spiritual malpractice, we basically feel, oh, this person has this condition, I don't think I can do anything for them, and I guess they're doomed. Okay? We are basically giving too much pain, too much energy to that pain energy. Okay? We do not want that. We do not want any particular form of saying, oh, this person has cancer, this person has diabetes, there's nothing I can really do for them. No. You're just not willing. You're just not willing. And that becomes the malpractice, right? If you feel that you have to walk away, then just walk away with it. But you're not condemning a person because they have a condition. Okay? That's wrong. We don't do that. We want to make sure that either we support that person or we just go. We walk away and we do no harm. So if you cannot support, walk away and do no harm. Right? The last thing we want to do is saying, oh my God, this is horrible. And this is where, again, we get that spiritual malpractice. Oh, poor you. I know that's horrible. Oh, you got this really bad condition. I can feel you have chronic back pain. You have chronic this and chronic that. Oh, how horrible. This has got to be horrible for you. You are doing a horrible disservice for them by talking like that. Okay? I'm just being blunt, guys, because, again, I've been working with people for the past nearly 14 years with healing work. Okay? And that's one of the worst things you could ever do for a person, is basically condemn them and pity them and feel sorry for them. It's the worst thing you can do. Please don't do that. right? Because I've seen how it affects people. I see how people come to me and saying, people are just pitying me with my condition. I really wish they would stop. I wish they would stop pitying me. I don't want pity. I want to be able to solve this problem. I want to be able to resolve this because I know in my heart I can't. Well, great. I'm glad you came to me because I'm going to help you to do it. Okay? And some people have come back to me and they said, yeah, I'm feeling good. Some people tell me they're still having trouble, and I'm still happy helping them to this day when they come back. Okay? So the most important thing, guys, is either encouragement, and if you cannot encourage, just walk away. Do no harm. Okay? So anyways, I just want to remind you guys about the prana transmission technique, to keep working together with that. It's bringing about a good amount of benefit from people that are using it already. I'm getting feedback from people and they're saying, yeah, this is great. I'm starting to see like my stomach is getting healed. I'm starting to heal my back up. I'm starting to clear away a lot of these emotional entanglements as well too. People are seeing change. Okay, you can even go down to the comments section of the prana transmission technique video, and you're seeing people giving positive feedback to it. So this is something, again, you can work with, and it's so incredibly simple. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into healing requests now. Actually, I think what I'm going to do for today, let me just make sure I got some healing requests here. I'm just thinking what would be a good practice to do today. I think we're just going to do the healing power today. Last week I was doing the clear ball healing. I think we're just going to do some healing power today for some requests. So John, I'm going to work with you because I saw your post here first about the idea of your terminal multiple myeloma. Okay, and then Ava, I'm going to get to you because Ava, I see that you have a donation here. So John first, and then Ava, I'll get to you. So John, let's work together with this, okay? So when we say something is terminal, when we say something is chronic, guys, just see it as a word. Don't let it have power over you, okay? Sometimes doctors will put those situations in because they don't know how to heal you, and that's one of the worst things as well, too. This person has severe, acute, terminal, blah, 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 blah. And they put all these labels on things, and they make you feel like you're doomed, right? I've known people who have basically felt like they've been doomed by doctors and saying, we can't do anything for this person. Just go home. I guess you have to stay home and die, right? And I've seen people over the years being able to take their life into their own hands and turn it around, even though doctors have forecasted doom for them. And that's including terminal conditions, okay? Just because something has been labeled as terminal, do not let that word defeat you. Just because something is labeled as acute or chronic or severe, do not let those words defeat you. Because the only thing impressive about those labels are the labels themselves. You have the ability to master your body, master your heart, master your emotions, master your mind. All right? So, John, right now, just get yourself nice and relaxed, placing your hands upon the center of your chest, closing your eyes. We're just going to take some deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. And just relaxing yourself now with normal breathing. And now, John, I just want you to place your hands together in prayer posture, just like you see me doing here. Okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to imagine as if your heart is opening up and turning transparent. So you're just imagining that the heart is turning transparent, and in the center of that transparent heart is a spirit light star contained in the middle. I want you to feel like that spirit light star is leaving the heart and just connecting directly to the center of your palms. Okay? So as we inhale, we're going to make that spirit light in the center of our palms brighter and brighter. As we exhale, we're going to extend our hands out, and we're going to make that light bigger and bigger. Okay, so inhale, brighter and brighter. Exhale, bigger and bigger. Inhale, brighter and brighter. Exhale, bigger and bigger. Okay, fully extending your hands out all the way. If you have to make it vertical, you can do it vertical as well too. Okay, so we're just making that spirit light ball, as big as we can make it, fully extending our hands out. And once we extend our hands all the way, we're going to see that spirit light just completely encapsulate our entire universe. So the universe that we reside in is now completely shrouded with this pure spirit light. And John, I just want you to repeat the following affirmation after me, a total of 3 times. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, and we'll begin. And love and blessings to John. You are pure, you are radiant, you are strong, you are powerful, you are perfection. And John, now I just want you to bring all that light back into yourself. Okay, as that light is now returning back into your heart, just saying within your mind, God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. Putting all of that love energy back into the heart. Feeling everything that is coming together with you through the power of your belief, knowing that you have improved, knowing that you have stepped forward in a very positive way, knowing that you have shifted new ground. And now everything pertaining to that condition is minimalizing, shrinking away, and neutralizing itself completely. Know that this is done. Know that this is what is taking place with you here and now in this moment. With love and blessings, dear child. Amen. Okay. That was powerful. So John, just drink a lot of water, right? Take a few glasses of water as well too. Just get some rest as much as you can. Work to get a really good sleep tonight. And as you wake up in the next morning, you're going to feel a lot of things shifting within yourself. Okay? So thank you again, John. Thanks for your post there. Okay? Let's move on now to Ava. Ava says, "Hi, Brad. Could you please send healing to my mom who has a post-surgery kidney removal hernia?" Okay. Yes, we can certainly do that. So Ava, if you want to work together in the background with this, you're more than welcome to as well. So, as this is a request for your mother, I'm just going to be connecting with her higher self and just working with her in that way. Okay? So, I'm going to call in Ava's mother's higher self now to be present with me. Okay? Her energy is present. Her higher self here is present with me. Okay. So the higher self already knows what to do, so we're just going to kind of mimic together in synchronicity of expanding the light, making it as large as the cosmos itself. Okay, bringing our palms together, saying the affirmation, I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. And we'll begin the healing now for Ava's mother. And with love and blessings to Ava's mother, Ava's mother's higher self, she will be well. She is radiant. She is powerful. She is strong. She is perfection. Bringing all of that light now back into her being, back into the higher self. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. Bringing it all back into the heart. With love and appreciation, Namaskar. Okay, so Ava, just let your mom know, if you can contact her when you can. Just let her know that a healing has been done with her. Spirit is with her. Spirit is working on her. And again, her condition will most definitely improve. Okay, she's going to be feeling better and better. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, thank you, Ava. Thank you, John. All right, let me just go down the list, see if there's a couple more requests. I think we'll do 2 or 3 more. I will do a group healing at the end of today. Okay, so if I don't get around to you personally, don't worry, guys. I will get around to you at the end of the broadcast today with group healing. After this, we're going to do Q&A. Okay, so guys, get your questions ready, and then we'll get into Q&A right after we're done here. Okay, this one here is from Steven. Steven says, Brad, my partner has painful issues with her intestinal area. We thought it was a hernia, but it moves to different areas. The doctors can't seem to find anything wrong. Any assistance, please? Okay, this almost sounds like Lyme disease. Okay, so it sounds like Lyme disease. This sounds like invaders in the body. This is exactly how they work, right? They will basically try to infect a certain area. If any work is being done or if there's any disturbance within that area, they will shift and they will move up into another area of the body. Okay. Now, before I do the healing for your partner, Stephen, the important thing here, and this is something I want to share with everybody as well too, make sure you guys are taking vitamin D every single day. Okay, vitamin D and vitamin K2. Some of you say, oh yeah, Brad, I'm taking like 1,000 IUs or 2,000 IUs or 5,000 IUs. No, guys, we got to step it up way more than that, okay? If you basically have intense conditions within yourself, such as the idea of Stephen's partner, where it sounds like Lyme disease, okay? We want about 70,000 international units of vitamin D per day, okay? Believe me, your body can handle it. When you're out in the sun all day, you get close to about 100,000 international units. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to go onto a website called iherb.com, and there's a particular brand. It's called Thorne, Thorne, Thorne brand. They have 10,000 international unit pills. Okay. Their vitamin D supplement is very good. That's what I take. Okay. Another thing you can take as well too is if you go on, say for example, for Amazon, get the extra strength vitamin D drops. Right. So what we do is we just take some water, just putting those drops in there, and we can take the supplements as well too, and making sure that you're taking vitamin K2 along with that. 70,000 international units for people who have intense conditions. Okay? This is going to do wonders for you over time. It's going to do a really great work. Like I said, I've been taking it like that for the last little while, and my vitality is getting stronger and stronger, not only with the inner work I'm doing, but also through the physical as well. So if we're taking 70,000 international units of vitamin D, we're taking 700 mcg of vitamin K2. Okay? Just trust me on this, guys. It works. It's really, really powerful. It makes you feel great. After the first month of doing this, you're going to start to feel a big difference, especially when people are feeling very lethargic, when there's a lot of sluggishness within the body as well too. This is where vitamin D is a must. Okay? Vitamin D, vitamin K2. Okay? And lots of vitamin D. Okay, I'm not talking about 1,000 units or 5,000 units or anything of that nature. 70,000. Okay, if you guys are in pretty decent shape, you could probably start off at 30,000. Okay, so for every 10,000 international units of vitamin D, we take 100 mcg of vitamin K2. Okay, vitamin K2 is like a seeing eye dog for the vitamin D. If we just take vitamin D by itself, it just spreads throughout the entire body. If we take vitamin K2 with it, it really now starts to guide that vitamin D and put it into the essential areas of the body. Vitamin D is pretty much the closest thing to a cure-all. That's how good it is. All right. Vitamin D isn't really a vitamin. It's more of a steroid hormone. Okay. So when you start taking vitamin D daily in the large amounts that I'm suggesting, guys, this is going to help with everything. That's going to help with Lyme disease. Okay. Another thing you can do to help heal Lyme disease, again to a physical product, is ozone. Okay? You're doing ozone therapy. So basically vitamin D, vitamin K2, and ozone. Okay? As well as prana transmission technique, as well as BCR, as well as cord removal, as well as conflict elimination. Okay? So all together, working on the physical level, emotional and mental level as well too. We can definitely beat that out. Okay? All right, so let me just get back to Stephen's point here. So we'll work on your partner, Stephen. I didn't get her name, so I'll just refer to her as Stephen's partner. So we'll look into that all together. So I'm going to help out with your partner. So like I said, I'll just be calling in her higher self, and her higher self will join me. And Stephen, if you want to join in the background, you're welcome to as well. Anybody else who wants to join in the background, you can also. Okay, so deep breath in. Deep breath out. So I'm calling in Stephen's partner here, just to be present, her higher self. Okay, her higher self is now with me. So again, higher self already knows what to do. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. And we will begin. Love and blessings to Stephen's partner. She is powerful, she is strong, she is radiant, she is perfection. And through her higher self now, bringing that light back into her body. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. Putting it all back into her heart. Okay, so she is getting a very powerful rejuvenation boost here, Stephen. There's been a lot of pranic heat within her body, so a lot of that heat is being administered and filtered out altogether. So basically just aligning her chakra centers and her nadis as well too. And just seriously boosting up her immune system, improving and increasing the white blood cell count as well too, and red blood cell count. So again, a lot more prana flowing through her, opening up a lot of blocked channels. So she had quite a few blocked channels within her body, but she's going to do well, all right? So continue to give her your love, continue to give her your support, your assistance as well too. She's going to do really, really well. She's going to improve, okay? Thank you, Stephen. Okay, guys, we're going to do one more personal healing request, then we're going to get into questions, and then at the end, we'll get into group healing, okay? All right, so this one here is from Catherine. Catherine says, please send healing to my friend Vidya for kidneys and diabetes. All right, so Vidya is her name. Thank you for that. So Catherine, if you want to help in the background, you certainly can. Okay, deep breath in and out. Calling in Vidya's higher self to be present with me now. Okay, she is here. She's here with bells on. That's good. All right, so higher self knows what to do. Expanding the light outwards. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay, we will now begin with Vidya, Vidya's higher self. And love and blessings now to Vidya, to her higher self. She is strong, she is powerful, she is radiant, she is perfection. Your higher self, now bringing all that light back in. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. Okay, so Vidya is getting a very big vitality boost. Okay, a strong power boost as well too. Like I said, when we work with diabetes, that's showing that there's an imbalance in Ida. Okay, so there's too much cool energy, there's too much yin within her. Okay, so basically what we would want to do instead of Chandra, Badani, Pranayama, we actually want to do Surya, Surya, Badani, Pranayama instead. And all that is just breathing through the right nose. Okay, so what we do is we just use the ring finger to block the left nose, breathe in through the right, hold the breath, switch, and repeat. Okay, so what you're doing is you're bringing in heat in the body. Okay, so Catherine, that's a good thing to teach Vidya. All right, just let her know that there's too much yin energy in her body. She needs to bring in more heat prana, hot prana. Okay, and that is through Surya, Badani Pranayama. Okay, or right nostril breathing, or solar energy. Bring in more solar prana. Okay, Surya basically means solar or sun, and that's what we're bringing in. So tell her to bring in some more heat into her body. Right now, things are being reset for her, but maintaining is also very important. Okay? Thank you both. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your requests. Stephen, thank you for your donation. I got that too. That's an adorable emoji. So we're going to go ahead now and get into questions. Like I said, guys, if you just tuned in, I'll be doing a group healing at the end of the broadcast. Okay? So just in case you want to get a healing in, then the end of the broadcast, we'll do the group healing for that. Okay, so here's one here from Sean Ryshak. Sean says, "Hi, Brad. Can you address why negative entities exist in different dimensions, such as spider beings, Nibu, sea cars, etc.? Do they serve a purpose, and are they responsible for the transgressions?" You're always responsible for your transgressions. Yes, that's your nature. You are always responsible, no matter your alignment. Now, again, we will paint these off quite commonly, as we may see, as we may be told, that these are parasitical entities and that they basically are all about, serving darkness. You could call them the darkies, right? So basically, you're looking at different layers, different octaves pertaining to the astral realm. Okay, so you have very lower astral realms as well too, where there's hardly any light whatsoever. In yoga, this is referred to as patelas. Okay, this would basically represent the sub-chakras, or it would also represent the idea of these it's almost kind of like animalistic. They're like animalistic chakra centers. Okay, sub-chakras or patelas. And as you go deeper and deeper, they're more so just about instinctive consciousness, right? They're more so about sense-based consciousness in that sense. They're just very, very low vibration in that way. I wouldn't say low vibration, but just very, very dense, very basic. It's the animal way, right? Everything is just very instinctual, right? The animals themselves do not have that kind of higher sentience that humans have. So basically, they exist within the we could call a second density arrangement. So basically, I would refer the sub-chakras would be existing in a second density, which is still physical within a three-dimensional sphere, but it's basically a second density mentality. Now, there are dimensions that exist in the astral plane that are commemorative to those particular sub-chakra or second density chakra arrangements, or the patelas. Okay, so a lot of those particular beings exist there, where there's hardly any light whatsoever. There's only, maybe at best, small morsels of light, right? It's almost like pin-sized holes of light. That, or it gets very much down to the twilight. But you can go deeper and deeper and deeper until there really is absolutely no light, until they basically are trying to block out the light of God altogether. And they do that because they think that they're the creators. They think that they can create better than God, right? And they're basically there, and their mentalities are all about to sabotage, to manipulate, to consume, to corrupt, because that's almost like a religion that they're following, right? They're following everything that represents the pitch black darkness, right? The darkness of the darkies in that way. So why do they do that? We really can't say. Okay, it's you cannot understand the soul through the mind. Okay, you do not know spirit, you do not know soul through the mind. No one can ever understand, for example, Sean, why you do what you do. No one can understand why I do what I do. Okay, can any of us really understand each other in regards to personality? No, because personality is just Maya, right? It's not what's important. The only thing we can truly understand is that pure essence of love, that pure essence of beingness. It's beingness itself that gives you the grand understanding of all. So we cannot go into the idea of the lower realms and saying, why are you guys doing this? Why are you guys, being corrupt? Why are you guys just basically consuming everything like parasites? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Now you have to understand that when you're saying that, you're sharing your perspective with them. From their perspective, they don't think that they're doing anything wrong. Okay? No one really truly believes that they're evil, right? It's not really in their mind. They think that what they're doing is for a higher purpose. They think everything that they do has to have some type of very deep divine reason for them, right? The idea of what they believe the divine is can be the darkness. So we can never really look into the idea of saying why these people come into the negative, why these entities come into such the lower second density sub-chakra patellas, right? We can never really understand that. And it may even go into first density as well, too, which is even more dense. That's the elemental realm, the elemental density. So basically, in that sense, rather than concerning why, just give compassion. That's the whole idea. When you surround yourself with light, when you know that you are the light, nothing can touch you. If you guys want to be truly untouchable in life, you work with the light, you work with compassion, you work with love, you work with understanding, you work with pure divinity, you work with joy, you work with bliss. You are in beingness. Beingness goes beyond the mind. I'm going to be teaching my students this when I start off the newer teachings student membership group, when that starts happening here. I'm going to be debuting it next week. Okay, so I'm going to start having students coming in. So my students are going to be getting a lot more information than what I'm sharing here on YouTube. Okay, so there's going to be a lot more videos. There's going to be a lot more deeper teachings that I'm going to be sharing with my students in that classroom than I will be here. And we're going to be looking into it a lot more deeper. Okay. But basically, in that sense, you ask, do they serve a purpose? Well, again, if we're looking at purpose, you're only looking at mind. Purpose is not going to give you clarity, everybody. If I think, well, what's the purpose of this? What's the purpose of that? Why is this purpose happening? Why is that purpose happening? Right? We try to find some type of intellectual clarity that tries to justify that question. But you can't find it. Because you may be satisfied with something now, and then you look at it from another angle, and then you ask a much more deeper question, and you do not have an answer for it. Because the Maya of the mind is not going to quench your thirst for clarity. Cannot be done. You have to learn to transcend the body and the mind, because I am not the body, and I am not the mind. When I realize I am not the body, I am not the mind, I now stand in the presence of God through beingness. And it is those in that sense who go through that full realization through the state of beingness that have absolutely no problem descending into those lower realms, going to where those beings are, and just shining the light upon them. They're basically being these flares. They're being these torches. They're not intimidated by the idea of these darker beings, these darkies, as we call them, okay? So basically, they'll go into where the spiders are. They'll go into where the sea cars are. They'll go into where the whatever names you want to call them, right? If you want to look into the archons or anything of that nature, okay? They'll go deeper into those dimensions and they'll just shine their light, right? They're being sent by the divine will to go into these deeper realms and shine their light. And they basically purify those realms. And either those beings will come in and embrace the light, or they'll run. And they'll try and find darker realms, and they'll try and go into deeper dimensions. And they'll try and burrow in more and more holes that will try and preserve their darkness. Okay? But every time that happens, some of them come into the light, right? And again, they try to use their intimidation. They basically try to pose themselves off looking like hideous demons and all that stuff. These are very nasty realms, guys. You go into these realms, you're probably going to be scared to death, right? But one who is fully realized, one who has liberated themselves, one who knows themselves to be God, doesn't bother them. I don't care what kind of grotesqueness they do. They are children of the divine. They are children of God. I am going into these realms and I am shining my light. I am shining my torch. Is exactly what Jesus did when he was going through resurrection. The idea of the 3 days of darkness. He had to descend into his own patalas. And he had to basically go through his own darkness and shine his light all the way up, so that he could reach resurrection body. Okay, That'll be something I'll be talking more about in time, because there's a little bit more depth with the idea of the resurrection body. But that's really our own journey, guys. If we want to go truly all the way to God, everything pertaining to every ounce of fear needs to be cleansed out of you. All of it. Okay? I'm on that journey myself right now, working to cleanse away any buried fear. And I may even have to go below Muladhara to do some of that. And that's some dirty, nasty, unpleasant stuff. But again, when you're truly in the light of God, you're not disturbed by it, right? You're purely in beingness, and you see everyone as yourself, everything as yourself. So, purpose will not quench your thirst for that question, Sean. The only thing that is really going to truly bring you into clarity is when you start the practice of beingness, when you start moving into full realization. Then you will see why everything is what it is. Because I can't explain it to you guys through words, because the mind can't understand it. You have to feel it. You have to feel it through the heart, and then you will know why these things are done. Do I know why these things are done? Absolutely. Can I explain it to you? No, because the mind's not an appropriate instrument to share that with you guys. You have to feel it with me. Okay? Here's what I'll do. I'll feel it right now. And for those of you who can, tune into it. Did you get my message? If you do, then you know the clarity. All right? Thank you, Sean. Okay, this one here is from Charles Ponzi. Charles says, German new medicine therapy. Any thoughts? Well, let's take a look at the cards for that, okay? We'll take a look at the cards and see what the cards have to say in saying what to say about German new medicine therapy. Okay, what is the momentum ahead for German new medicine therapy, and what effect is going to happen through it to help others through their conditions? Okay, well, this feels like it's something that is of the property of the counterforces. Okay, so the counterforces are going to be introducing new medicines, not in just Germany, but in a lot of different places as well, too, from what I can feel. These also represent, like I said, different lands. So we're giving the idea that there's going to be some spreading out of new technology. Like I said, I feel Germany will definitely be a base of operations for that. Okay, and it's going to help the sick for sure, right? So here they are, the sick, the injured, the wounded, right? The people who are basically just exhausted, been putting up walls, putting up all their beliefs, completely consumed by pain. And there's going to be kind of like a righteous transformation taking place here. There's going to be new thought, new ideas, new innovations, a brand new beginning coming together for medicine. And like I said, I think Germany is going to be one of those countries that's going to lead the charge for it. Okay? New innovations, new ideas, new solutions, new technologies. It really looks good, okay? So this is going to basically take over the nature of the authority of medicine, okay? This could still be a while down the road, all right? But it's going to be the beginning point to where I think a lot of the old pharmaceutical medicines are going to, firstly, they have to be exposed. And once they're exposed, then we're going to have something new coming together. It's going to take their place. I know some people are thinking, med beds! Maybe to an extent, but like I said, not the SSP quality ones. But we may have ones, like I said, that can perform surgeries, ones in that sense that can do some pretty incredible things, but not at the level of SSP. Okay, those med beds will take quite some time before they come out, but there will certainly be breakthroughs. It's kind of like if we look at 3D printing to what will eventually be materializers, where you can basically just materialize any particular object that you want. 3D printing was kind of like the pioneer of that. And then it will start to, over time, graduate into the idea where scientists will discover through the quantum field how they're able to manipulate matter through a device. And that will be a materializer, what we commonly refer to as a replicator. Okay? So, some interesting things coming together. So German new medicine therapy. Looks like there's some new technologies, not just new medicine, but technology as well too, that works together in that way. So we're going to be seeing some really brilliant times coming together, but we just have to get through this phase first, right? Get out of the transitional phase first, and then new things will come together. All right, so thank you, Charles, for your question. All right. Okay, so Lishika, I believe her name is. You had a request here for sending healing to your fur baby, Chicane. All right. So as we're not doing healing anymore, Lishika, so I'm pronouncing your name right. I want you to drop me an email. Okay, I want you to drop me an email at info@newearthteachings.org. Okay, just drop me an email there requesting for healing. In my spare time, if I have some spare time today, I'll do some healing for your little companion there. Okay, so please drop me an email, info@newearthteachings.org, and I'll get back to you. Okay, thank you. Okay, just going down the list here. Just give me a sec, guys. Oh, let me change the live chat. There we go. That's better. Okay. Okay, here's one here from Edith. Edith says, question, what are your thoughts on plant medicine done with intention to clear as much as possible? Well, why don't we look in the cards for that? Okay. Now, of course, we have a variety of different types of plant medicines. It really depends upon the person. It really depends upon the condition that they have, and it depends upon what's available relating to that. But I think all we can really do is just kind of give a general reading relating to that, since there's no real specifics in regards to what we're looking to heal and what type of plant medicine do we have at our disposal, or the person that's looking to have this done. Okay, so all we can really do is just do a generalized reading about this. So what can be shared in regards to the general nature of how plant medicine can assist with curing many diseases here through people on the planet? Okay, so again, like I said, it's moving in the right direction if it's being used responsibly. Plant medicine can do wonderful work, right? Even if we're working with psilocybin, if we're working with ayahuasca, if we're working with peyote, right? If we're working with all these different types of medicines, as long as they're being used for the right cause and the right condition, they are going to do wonders. That's moving upon the right path. We want to make sure that we are working with these plant medicines with people who are knowledgeable, right? Who knows exactly the kind of dosage to take, what condition you're facing, and knows how to diagnose you appropriately with these plant medicines, right? So making sure that you're getting support, making sure you have support, and let me just pull out this card too. And it's going to do wonders. It's going to get vitality flowing. That plant medicine is going to really help you. It's been known, right, through many different forms of even medical journals about how some of these plant medicines are healing people. Okay, so it certainly represents a very strong caveat of rejuvenation. And like I said, I think they're going to maybe move it into regulatory commissions in the next little while as well, too. I think it won't be surprising if a lot of countries are basically opening up regulation policies to actually enable plant medicine itself to be regulated for people to get help from, right? So if we're actually getting regulated ayahuasca or regulated peyote or regulated psilocybin or whatever else it may be, just for these medicinal healing purposes, and having an expert along with them to help a person with their healing. Okay, guys, I've personally taken psilocybin, okay, and it has done wonders for me. You guys know, because I have past videos of me pretty crazily channeling the Nature Collective through psilocybin, right? Those are wild journeys, I tell you. But they really helped me with opening myself up to nature a lot more. When I go out into nature, I can just basically put my hand on the tree and I can start interfacing with that tree right away. It was actually the very first time that I took psilocybin that I was able to do that, and it stayed with me, and it stays with me to this day. So I'm very thankful with plant medicine that's helped me out in this way. So it's very, very beneficial. Okay, So absolutely, it has a very bright future. It's not going to be so condemned because, again, like I said, a lot of that was dark forces that were trying to condemn it, thinking, oh no, it's illegal, it's illegal. If you get that, you'll be arrested, you'll be fined, blah, blah, blah. All that garbage is getting out of the way. So we're now going to start seeing the true benefit of plant nature. Plant nature, plant medicine, everything regards to that, they are teachers for us. They're even teaching us as we ingest them, as we tune into them. They can even show us about what they're doing to help improve our body as well. And they are also very good in balancing out or improving, increasing the nature of prana within yourself too. Okay? So nothing but good things to say about that. So thank you very much for your question. Okay. So this one here comes from Rashke Hoff. Can we be fully realized without having had any Kundalini-like experiences? Yeah, you certainly can. There are certain people who have not had a Kundalini awakening in the traditional way, and they have been very knowledgeable people, and they have gone into deep realization. We basically look at Swamis, for example, who follow Advaita Vedanta. Okay, a lot of them did not follow Kundalini yoga or Kriya yoga or basically any form of yogic practices. But the interesting thing with Advaita Vedanta is that it really is just highly advanced yogic practices. So there's a lot of disciplines that need to come through them, but they don't really spend a lot of their time working with their chakra centers. They don't really spend a lot of time working with Kundalini in that way. Now, basically, they may also have Kundalini just happened through them at an earlier point of their life, right? And they have not really needed to do that. So, like I said, not everyone really gets that way. It's because the only reason why you don't really need a Kundalini awakening is because you basically have already had Kundalini happen, maybe at an earlier point of your life and you didn't realize it. Okay. Now, Kundalini, is it important for some way, right? And there's millions of ways towards the idea of the path to God. But the Kundalini is basically telling you that God resides within you. Okay? So is Kundalini essential for realization? Yes, it is. Okay? Do I need to get it through a certain Kundalini awakening practice? No. No, you don't. There are many ways of how it comes about. Like I said, some people get spontaneous Kundalini awakenings. They never expect it. Some people are actually born into this world with Kundalini already awakened. Okay? So there's many different ways. Some people will meditate and let Kundalini flow, and some people will pray and Kundalini will come in. Some people will do certain forms of physical exercises and Kundalini will flow. So there's many different ways about how Kundalini can come into the body. Like I said, there's Swamis who have never even touched Kundalini yoga or Kriya yoga or anything of that nature, but they're using the highly advanced yogic techniques because that's basically what Advaita Vedanta is all about, is its advanced yoga techniques. Okay? When you go into Kriya yoga, one of the most ultimate techniques there is self-inquiry. Okay? So self-inquiry is just being used another term in Kriya yoga. But that's what a lot of the Advaita Vedantins would do, is they would actually start using advanced yoga practices. I'm actually seeing this as well too as I research Kriya yoga a lot more, because I am going to be getting into it, getting initiated into it here very shortly. I'm seeing exactly how a lot of the Advaita Vedantins would basically use these kind of higher yogic practices for their own means. And they may not think too highly of yoga, and that's unfortunate, okay? I always have my heart towards yoga, right? I absolutely love yoga, okay? And I absolutely love Advaita Vedanta, the non-dual teachings, Taoism. Okay, those are all great, and I'm not saying that something is down here, something is here, and then something is up here. That's wrong thinking. It's kind of like you're looking at the mountain here. Now, some people are able to climb that mountain up so quick that they can get right to the top and they're at the summit, and now they're basically in the non-dual, and that happens very, very quickly. And then there's the ones that basically want to do the spiral staircase, and they want to go all the way up to the top of the mountain. They take the scenic route. Some people want to basically go completely gung-ho and maybe take a little bit longer and just start to manually climb the mountain without any stairs, without just basically like levitating up the mountain. And that happens as well too. Some people can take 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years before they hit Kundalini. Okay? So Kundalini, is Kundalini necessary to go all the way? Yes. Okay? You have to have Kundalini awaken. All right? So like I said, some of us just do it in different ways. The ways it comes about is infinite. That's basically what I'm saying. You have many different ways about how Kundalini awakens. Some people can basically just have a certain thought, and as soon as they think that thought, whoosh, Kundalini awakens. Okay? Kundalini itself is the natural intelligence. That is the infinite intelligence of God. That is what's flowing into you. Now, Kundalini actually exists here in the Sahasrara. A lot of people think it's contained in the base of the spine. That's incorrect. Okay? All Kundalini actually comes from the Sahasrara. And then in time, it starts to make its way down the body. And then it collects at Muladhara. And then when you start to do Kundalini awakening, whichever practice you prefer, then you start feeling it rising. Okay? I can tell you guys, when I started this journey, when I was not having Kundalini awakening, I only went so far. I could only go so far. And then when I had my partial awakening, when I opened up Kundalini from the Muladhara up into the Anya, that went into partial awakening, and I went a lot further. And then again, just on Easter Sunday this year, being able to take it from Anya all the way up to Sahasrara. And that is the full out awakening, because I was asking God for my full realization. That's all you got to do, guys. You got to have your sincerity. Right? God is kind of checking in with you and say, okay, well, hang on, you've still got a little bit of this to go. You start cleaning this out, you start cleaning that out, then you'll be free. And if you want to ask for realization, I will give it to you. Realization always comes through spirit. Okay? Does not come through your own ego, your own intellect, because your ego and your intellect doesn't get these things. Doesn't understand. Will never get it. Okay? This is why we are learning not to be the body and the mind. You have to let that go. You have to basically neutralize that. We can still walk around the earth. We can still play with things. We still have tools and work to do, of course. But we are not of the world. Right? We work with the world. We play with the world. We rest in the world. But we are not of the world. And that's the great understanding. That's the great realization. And then the time will come where you'll feel that you want to raise your Kundalini. Like, guys, I'm going to be doing that with my students. Helping them to raise their Kundalini. I have the ability to raise Kundalini in others. I have the ability to open people's chakras at will. That's what happens when you get into full realization. I'm able to open up a person's energy body, and I can clean all of that debris out of their body. Through the chakras, through the nadis, through organs, everything. Okay? But I don't want to do too much, because I want to leave you guys with a little bit, because I want you guys to strive for things. If I try to take everything away from you, then basically you're not going to learn anything. You're to say, I'll just go to Brad. Brad can open my chakras. Brad can open up my nadis. Brad can clear away the debris in my body, and he can do all this, and I can just kind of sit back like this and just kind of chill out. Brad can take care of it all. No, that's not going to happen. I want you guys to do your work. Okay, that's very, very important. So I'll help you guys most of the way, but I'm always going to leave that little bit for you guys to work with, because you want to reach that epitome. You want to reach that beauty. You want to reach that beautiful aha moment on your own. That's so very important. Okay? So, very good question about the idea of Kundalini. All right, thank you for that. Okay, here's a contribution here from Victoria. Victoria says, can you please see what is attached to me? It's been over 2+ years. Okay, Victoria, that's a personal question, okay? Maybe I didn't mention that. But since you gave me a donation, Victoria, what I'd like you to do is email me, okay? Drop me an email, info@newearthteachings.org. Drop me an email, let me know that you donated to me, okay? And you want to ask that question again. Can you see what's attached to me, okay? I have no problem clearing away an attachment for you. That's not a problem. Like I said, just for personal questions, guys, I like to keep that off the webcast, because I want to have questions that are much more beneficial for the many, okay? So Victoria, please email me, info@newearthteachings.org. Thank you. Okay, guys, we're going to take 1 or 2 more questions, then we're going to wrap up. Okay, this one here is from Twin Twix. Twin Twix says, how does existence bring about awareness? Awareness is not something that you can just bring. Okay, awareness is. So, if I'm basically holding up my finger right now, and all my awareness is centered around that finger, did I bring the awareness to it? If I'm looking at my hand now, and I'm looking at both hands now, and I'm being aware of my feet on the ground, did I bring awareness to that? Okay? Your awareness is yourself. It is infinite. It is not something that's finite. It's not something that's material. It's not something that is impermanent. Awareness is permanence. Okay? So this is why we often say, be aware of being aware. Okay? Awareness can contract, awareness can expand, but awareness can never die because you can never die. Awareness itself is the idea of your own perceptions. Okay? That's not something that is really brought or gifted to you, right? So if I bring awareness to this glass of water, right, that is me being able to, again, either expand, contract my awareness to fill that particular glass of water and all the water within it. So again, I'm not gifted awareness. I cannot say, oh, here we go, here's the gift of awareness. I am awareness. Awareness is my nature. And through my awareness, I can contract, I can expand. I can focus on this object, I can focus on that object, or I can completely center my awareness and completely be in beingness to where I'm just aware of everything. I'm aware of all. But when I'm aware, I'm not thinking. And this is something we have to realize. Awareness has nothing to do with thought. When you are aware, that is your perception, right? Here's an awareness of the moon card of the tarot, right? I'm holding up right now. I'm aware of the card. I'm aware of what I'm holding up in my hand. That is not something, again, that I need to gift anybody with. It is the nature of awareness. It is your own perception. And only you will ever have your own awareness. I could never give my awareness to you. You could never give your awareness to me. That is the very nature of your perception, right? So it is not gifted. It is not the idea in that sense of feeling that existence brings about awareness. Existence and awareness are one and the same. There's no difference. What's the difference between existence and awareness? Right? Existence is awareness. Awareness is existence. They're one and the same. Okay? So you have awareness and you have existence. They all work together. They all fit together. It's one. Okay? So again, guys, we have to remember non-dual here, not two. So when we're looking at awareness, when we're looking at existence, when we're looking at beingness, when we're looking at pure consciousness, that's all one. It's all one in the same thing. We're talking about permanence here. Okay? The great thing about awareness, like I said, is that you can shape it. You can mold it. You can put it into that which is contracted and that which is expanded and that which is neutralized. It's the beautiful thing about your permanence as a perceiver. Okay? But it is always infinite. It is always permanent. Thank you for your question. Okay. So I'll end with this question here. This is from GetBad. Question, I've heard you say that C virus isn't real, but it's definitely something. I got it last summer from a person that had the V. I've never been so sick with the strange symptoms, and demons visit me in dreams. Okay, well that's a completely different thing. So we won't get into that. All right, well if you guys don't want to take my word for it, let's go ahead and ask the cards. Okay. We'll take a look at the cards and say, is the coronavirus 19, COVID-19, an actual virus that has infected millions of people across the planet? So let's ask that. Okay. Is the coronavirus, the COVID-19, an actual virus that has infected millions of people all across the planet? All right. Okay. So we're getting in the past that this is basically letting you guys know that that's what you've been told. You've been told that. You've been told that COVID-19 has been affecting millions of people upon the planet. And that, again, it has basically been exaggerated. This is also representing an exaggeration card. Okay? So there's been exaggeration here. There have been people in that sense who have been all part of this agenda to giving you the impression that COVID is real and that it is actually a virus. And it's not. Okay? So again, as you start to educate yourself, you start moving in a new direction. We have to educate. We have to research. We have to start looking into the right direction. We have to start moving in a positive direction. We have to start disseminating all of this evidence. And you're going to realize this has been nothing but a ploy. This has been nothing but a deception. There is no COVID-19, okay? There has not been the virus that has been spreading across the planet in that way. There is such a thing as coronavirus, but there's nothing in regards to what they have been talking about what this virus does, right? It is nothing but a lie. It is nothing but a scam. It is nothing but a deception. And I've pretty much been saying this since the beginning. It's nothing new, okay? There is no COVID-19. When you are getting sick, you are getting sick with other things that they have labeled. Oh, well, he has COVID. Well, this kind of looks like pneumonia. No, it's COVID. Shut up. It's COVID. It's not pneumonia. It's COVID. Well, this person has a fever. No, it's not fever. It's COVID. Okay, well, this person has diabetes. No, it's not diabetes. It's COVID. Okay, well, this person has a head cold. No, it's not head cold. It's COVID. That's what they've been doing, guys. Okay, I shouldn't have to tell you this. Guys, you guys know this. You know I've been talking about this since the very beginning, since when it started. Okay? I'm not teaching you anything new here. This is where we need to really open up and do our research and realize there is no COVID-19. There never has been. Okay? There are coronaviruses, but that is not representing this deadly coronavirus thing that can threaten your life. No. They are taking that and they are using other viruses to piggyback off that and say, oh, this is COVID. Oh, you got COVID. I've had so many people in sessions tell me, oh, Brad, I got COVID. I know most of you guys know this, but I'm answering the person's question, right? So again, I don't really need to go into it too much. But just to answer that person's question from Get Bad, yes, this is true, that there is no real COVID-19. You have gotten something else, and it is just labeled as that, okay? I'm pretty sure 90% of the people on my channel can tell you the same thing, okay? So don't believe what you have heard. You have something else, but like I said, guys, 90 to 95% of what you have in your body is created through you. It's based upon your own mentalities, your own emotional states, your own behaviors, your own patterns. That's what we clear out. And we start moving into a much more higher state and start cleaning ourselves up on a much more higher loving level. And then you're not going to be sick again. I haven't been sick since 2017. I've just said, okay, I'm going to make my immune system completely bulletproof. And I'm not going to get sick again. And since 2017, after Mexico, never got sick again. It's wonderful. We have the power to do this. Okay? Okay, guys, so to finish off the broadcast today, we're going to go ahead and do a group healing. So just get yourself nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable. And if you do want to dedicate this healing to a loved one of yours, you can feel free to do so. All right. So just basically as you're receiving the healing, just saying, okay, this is going towards this person. All right. This healing is for this person. Okay. As you're receiving. So we're going to do phase 2 of the prana transmission technique. All right. So what I want you to do right now is I want you just to be aware of what you have right now, whatever condition is within you. Just be aware of it. Put it into your intention right now. Okay, and I want you now to say the following affirmation after me. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Again. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. One more time. I completely believe that the healing that I shall receive will heal me. Okay? Let's begin. Get yourself nice and relaxed right now, and just be receptive to the transmission that is coming upon you now. And I will say through this intention of myself, I am bringing prana to all who are watching me now. I am bringing prana to all who are watching me now. I am bringing prana to all who are watching me now. And now everybody, I just want you to put your hands together and just saying again, three affirmations together. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. Rubbing your hands. Okay. And rubbing your face. Giving yourself a face wash with the prana. Okay, rubbing your hands a second time. And just putting it upon your heart. Just like that. Just so you can really feel the warmth from your hands upon your heart. And once again, saying the affirmation 3 times. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. God is making me better and better. Okay, with love, appreciation, and joy to all of you. Namaskar. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the broadcast today. Really appreciate it. So I'll be back again next Thursday for New Earth Insights and next Friday for New Earth TV Live. So feel free to tune into those. And again, I'll have the announcement this Sunday for the Healing Code cards, the Body Deck and the Energy Deck, joining up with the Mind Deck, all in printed edition. And of course, next week I'll be making the announcement for the new Earth Teachings student membership site. Okay, so a lot of great things to look forward to here in the next few days. Thank you guys, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Be well, everybody. Take care. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your Mind Deck, your Body Deck, and of course the brand new Body Deck Special Edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.